Hello friends, and welcome back to the Dork side. I'm the Dork in the road, and this is my test ride review of the Himiway Cruiser full-size fat-tired e-bike. I'm the Dork in the road, and I want to be your internet riding buddy, so please consider subscribing. We are back up here in the woods. These are logging roads, and today we're test riding an e-bike I've been pretty excited about since I saw our friend Adventure Daily test riding one on his channel. It is the Himiway Cruiser. And I'm excited about this one because it has huge fat tires. It's a full-size, very large e-bike, and so far I'm impressed. It's fun. This feels way more motorcycle-like than the other more moped-style e-bikes that I've been testing. And some interesting things about this bike. So it's only front suspension. It's a hardtail, but the suspension is way stiffer than the other bikes I've ridden. So I had it tightened up all the way, thinking I'm a huge guy, I'm gonna need it to be as tight as possible. And then I actually had to turn it back down because that was not the case. I was not compressing at all. I thought that was impressive. So this is the Himiway Cruiser fat tire full-size e-bike. You can see this looks a lot more like a beach cruiser, like a bigger full-size bicycle. And the other ones I've been testing were more, like I said, moped style. This bike has a 350-pound payload capacity, 750-watt geared hub motor, 48-volt Samsung/LG battery. Will do an estimated 35 to 60 miles per charge. And it says up to 15.5 miles per hour on the website, but I'm already getting it up to 20. And if you mess around with the menu, you can get that up a little higher, 26-ish. And it's made with a 6061 aluminum frame. And again, I'm just super impressed with the quality. I just think when I get these Chinese bikes that they're not going to be any good, but look at these welds. They're insanely beefy. I have no qualms about throwing it around. I have no qualms about throwing my leg over it, and I'm a large person. It's got an adjustable bicycle style seat. This really cool rear rack that has actual wood. It's made of wood. LCD display with battery. It's got a full LED headlight and these big fat Kenda tires. Actual Kenda tires. Has a twist throttle, 80 Newton meters of max torque. Comes with a charger, is suitable for riders between 5'3" and 6'5", and weighs 72 pounds and have 5 levels of pedal assist, and you can just ride it on the throttle. These are 26-inch Kenda fat tires. It has disc brakes, alloy front suspension with lockout, so you can actually lock these out and just make it into a hard nose bike as well as a hard tail. Nice saddle, heavy duty aluminum kickstand. And all in all, it's a very nice looking and a very sturdy e-bike. So for those of you that maybe don't watch the channel, you came in because you saw an e-bike review. I'm a motorcycle guy. I'm an off-road dual sport adventure motorcycle guy. And that is the perspective I bring to these e-bike sort of reviews, overviews, test rides. I'm not an e-bike expert. You're not gonna get every stat and statistic. What you're gonna get is sort of what it feels like to ride an e-bike if you're a motorcycle rider, and also some ideas on how this might be useful as a motorcycle rider, including riding out in places like where I am right now, because we are on logging company land that is closed off to motor vehicles. There are gates on every road, but there are plenty of trails. They don't mind if you bike, hike, ride horses, but they do mind if you bring a motorcycle or anything with a motor. And so with an e-bike, we can come up and explore these areas. We're gonna explore the pedestrian trails in our area. You know, some places don't allow it, some places do, but at least here you can ride an e-bike on pedestrian trails. And you can get a lot of cool places that you can't go on a motorcycle, and it's almost as fun, just slower. And sometimes you have to pedal, which sucks. But for instance, this hill I'm about to go up, you know, these bikes are rated for hills of like 30 degrees, and this is steeper than that, so I'm gonna have to pedal to get up this hill. But there's cool scenery up there, and I want to see it. So we're gonna get this Himiway Cruiser out and take it, put it to the test. And then our way back down, you can kind of see it, but off to the right there's a pretty steep rocky hill that I like to take these e-bikes down on my way back to the house, and we'll hit that too. Let's ride. Nothing but the noise of the motor and the tires and the wind whipping through my beard. What a great way to see the woods without having to do all that pesky hiking, you know? That's boring. This bigger fat tire design is very confidence inspiring. You knew I was gonna say it, but it does feel good to be higher up off the ground. Feels good to have a wider tire and a bigger, taller tire. Easier to get through obstacles and over obstacles, particularly when you can use the front suspension to hop very easily. I almost don't mind that it's a hard tail as opposed to some of the full suspension bikes, just because I've got a lot of shock absorption in the big rubber tire. You know, you only inflate these to, I think, 20 PSI. So if you're looking for a more motorcycle feeling e-bike, a taller bike like this Cruiser is something to consider for sure. Definitely worth your time. It is crisp today, very cold. It's 40 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. So, you know, it's not even 10 degrees above freezing. So it's chilly. That's why I'm wearing my heated jacket and gloves today. Look at this view. Can you see that? The whole damn city. Pretty neat. This bike was very easy to put together. It took me, I don't know, 20 minutes. It's pretty simple. Front wheel on, attach the bars, you know, I put the rear rack on. Good to go. It's got a cool bell. Back and forth, a fancy bell. Oh, getting some mud here, so mud traction seems fine. Now you gotta be careful on these bikes because I don't want to go down anything too steep that I'm not sure if I can get back up. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. That would be a problem. I think this probably loops around to that other road anyway, but we'll see, having not been up here. Front brake is really good. A lot of braking power from that front disc. The rear is not as good, at least not yet, but these aren't exactly bedded in right now either, so hard to judge for sure. It's nice to have these fenders because I'm riding through this muddy, crappy stuff, and I know that I'm not getting a big freaking rooster tail up my back of mud and crap. That's good to know. So I love these bikes for a couple of reasons, a couple of applications really. One is this one, obviously, being able to explore places you're not supposed to go on a bicycle. An e-bike gives you that thrill of two wheels without any fear of getting in trouble, breaking the law, whatever, but also just to like take to festivals, to rallies, to have something to ride around, not have to throw your motorcycle gear on. I never ever wish I lived at my old house except when I'm testing e-bikes, because I was in town down on the flat. Ooh, let's ride over this. Oh, no problems, dude. That was probably a 4-inch log. That was easy mode. If I lived in town, I could ride all over, really test the range of this thing. But I live at the top of a very tall hill, so I don't get to do that. Because if I could get to town, but I couldn't get back. I couldn't get back up the hill. There's no way, it's just too steep. So I'd love it for that. If I lived in town, it would be sure nice to just be able to run to the grocery store, the video store, like go get a part for the motorcycle, or, you know, go get some beer or a Hostess fruit pie, just anything. It would be nice to be able to do that on a bike like this, not have to get in the car, get a little exercise maybe along the way. So if I lived in town on the flat, this would be so useful. I don't. So I have to take it places to use it unless I come up here. Up here I can just ride. So that's one thing I like about it, or would really enjoy. So if you live in town and can use it that way, it's a huge boon to have something like this. It's going to save you gas money and pay for itself. Okay, well that was fun or whatever, but that was a lot of uphill pedaling and bullshit. So let's go downhill on some bumpy stuff and see how we feel. See how much the bigger tire makes a difference. And again, I'm a heavy dude, so this bike moves me quite well. So if you are not a 300 pound or close to 300 pound person, just imagine how much more speed you're gonna get. And the suspension is really working. That's honestly super useful and honestly a little bit surprising to feel. I just never think much of these sort of Chinese suspensions, but no, it's super helping. I mean, it helped when I went over that log earlier. It's helping now on this rocky stuff. Standing up helps. Sitting, you may not want to sit as much on the rough stuff. I'm trying it, but with the hardtail, oh yeah, I can feel some bumpage for sure. Definite bumpage. But I feel good about the traction. I really like these tires, honestly. It's just enough knob that you can grip on stuff like this, but not feel like you're riding over a cheese grater on the pavement. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. It's gorgeous out here, but I'm going too fast to see it. Wear your safety gear, kids. And there's a really loose, gravelly part down here that I am going to stand up for. Pedals are nice and wide. Good platform for standing, even when you're not pedaling. Yeah. That was like a roller coaster with this thing. Not bad. I'll take it. So one, I want to see if you can see this view, because holy crap, is it nice. See that ridge? So you can get a sense of how high up we are. We're going to go down this rocky hill. I'll get closer to the top so you can see. So you see these big 4 or 5 inch rocks? The whole hill, maybe you can't see that. See these big 4 or 5 inch rocks? The whole hill's like that. And we're going to go down it on this bike. Hardtail, front suspension. And again, is this something you're typically going to do a lot? No, but I just want you to know that you can and be fine. I feel very confident being able to ride down this, and that's not even what this bike is for, but it will do it. I mean, it's a cruiser. It's not designed to be the ultimate off-road bike, but it can go the places that you want to go if you want it to, if you're willing to take it there. We're going to go slow because the brakes, like I said, aren't fabulous, but pretty rocky section right here. There's a rut you got to cross over, and we're rolling. We're rolling. There's ice on the ground. Seriously, it's cold out here, man. All the mud is frozen. That's actually a bonus around the log. So again, these bikes are just fun to take the places that we like to go, that I like to go as an off-road motorcyclist, that I like to explore. I just love being in the woods. I love being in the woods on two wheels. You know, I don't mind being in the woods walking, but I'd much rather be riding. And I would recommend checking it out if you're at all interested in an e-bike. I know Adventure Daily did a ton of testing on one of these, and he really liked it. In fact, so much he went out to San Francisco with them and did like a big Himiway event. Okay, there's a rut crossing here with a little step up on the other side, and it's icy. It's literally icy. God, those big tires sure are nice for stuff like that. Barely notice it. They just roll over obstacles in a way that the smaller tires don't. Here's another log. Oh my God. What log? I didn't even feel it. I'll link to the website if you want to check out this e-bike, the Himiway Cruiser. You actually can use my discount code, which is Dork in the Road. You can use my discount code to save 50 bucks if you decide to buy one. So, you know, make sure that you click on the link in the description and use that code, save that money. Don't pay full price, never pay full price. Anytime I get a chance to keep you from having to pay full price, I take it, I always ask. As I appreciate those of you who support me and watch videos, even videos like this that aren't maybe my regular content. And I always want to give back and say thank you and provide opportunities and value for all of you too. So thank you to everyone who supported me. We're gonna go down about 50 feet here. This is a trail that's too steep to ride this bike up without pedaling, but who likes pedaling? There's a dog down there. You know the old saying, we're not out of the woods yet? No, we're not yet. That's muddy today too. Look at the mud on this tire. Can you see that? Crazy. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The traction though, no worries, no qualms. Right up this muddy ledge, and we're out of the woods. There's our dog friend. So, thank you for watching. I appreciate you. If you have any questions about this e-bike or my time on it, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you for your patience as I do a few e-bike reviews here and there. I've been lucky enough to work with a few companies who've generously sent me bikes to test out. But for now, and as always, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and please do not forget to be excellent to each other. Oh, thank you.